Welcome back, my fellow flippers, friends, and family. Okay, so I just went to the Goodwill Bins for the very first time, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. I walked out with a fat trash bag full of inventory for my eBay store, and I only spent $36. Before I went ahead and listed everything, I filmed a haul video to show you everything that I picked up. Now that I've listed all of it, I estimated that I may have actually sourced about $325 worth of items just from this one haul, and I was only there for like an hour. If you don't know what a Goodwill bin store is, basically it's the same thing as a regular Goodwill store, but instead of hanging everything up on racks, they throw it in bins and you pay by the pound. What I've heard is that the Goodwill bin stores, it's basically the place where clothing goes that had a hard time selling at regular Goodwill stores. But I noticed that at my particular bin store, people were actually just dropping off regular donations as well. So you might find kind of the same stuff you'd find at a regular Goodwill, and you're gonna pay significantly less for these items. So let's get into what I found and why I think you should check out the Goodwill bins if you just started reselling, or if you're thinking about starting reselling. And hey, if you're new here, my name is Taylor Joe. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I resell thrifted things, mostly clothes and shoes, to make a little bit of extra cash on the side and to start a small business from home. On this channel, I share my reselling journey in real time. The good flips, the bad buys, and everything I'm learning along the way. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure to hit subscribe. I post new videos every other Thursday. All right, let's get into this haul. It's time for a Goodwill Bins haul. It is a gloomy, rainy spring day. Everything is turning green, the birds are chirping, the flowers are blooming. So I wanted to film this haul a little bit differently in front of my plants, in my cozy living room instead of in my office. I just washed everything because if you know anything about Goodwill bins, they be grimy. This entire laundry basket full cost me $36. Mind-blowing. A haul like this at a regular Goodwill store would probably put me over 150 bucks. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film while I was inside of the Goodwill bin store. You might notice that other resellers also have trouble with this. It is chaotic in there, and it just feels impossible to try to film in there. But anyways, let's get into it. Grab your coziest cardigan, put this on while you're making breakfast or lunch, or hey, put it on while you're listing. That's what I do. And let's get started. This is in no particular order. I found this super cute Zara sweater vest. You might not think it's cute, but I do. Honestly, I heard that the uglier the better sometimes when it comes to reselling, but this is Zara brand. It is a size small. It does have these really interesting buttons on them. I figure I probably won't list this until around Christmas time. And this bin store was full of Christmas sweaters, and you can tell that a lot of people just cleaned out their closets from the winter time. But not only did the brand name stick out to me, it was just the uniqueness of the vest. Oh, and by the way, I have no idea how many items I got. So through this haul, we're also gonna find out exactly how much each of these items cost. I have a feeling it's gonna be somewhere between $1 and $2. I was actually right about this. I counted that I bought 25 items in total and I paid $36, so that would mean that each item cost $1.44. Keep that in mind. Next up, we have this pair of Wrangler retro jeans. Okay, I need to pause here again because these are actually not Wrangler retro jeans. They're rugged wear jeans. And the reason I'm pausing to tell you this is not only because I'm embarrassed, but also because the reason that this happened was because the style code for Wrangler retro jeans was like stuck in my, what do you call it? Your cookies or like your search history on Google. When I typed in Wrangler jeans style code and tried to type in the style code for these jeans, it auto-corrected to the Wrangler retro style number and I didn't notice. So when I was Googling these at the Goodwill bins, it showed up as Wrangler retros. But now I have done my research. I know that Wrangler retro jeans actually look more like this. And I should know that because I've sold several pairs of these. Just goes to show you, you will continue to make mistakes. If you have been following my channel at all, you know that I love to sell these. They sell super quickly. For a men's pair, they got the W's on the back, and they're in super good condition. They're a size 30 by 30, which I feel like is a pretty average size. If anything, they're a little short, but I was happy to find those. If you've never been to a bin store before, what they do is that once a bin has been thoroughly looked through and it doesn't look like anyone's buying anything from it anymore, they pull it away and they bring out new bins. And in the bin store that I go to, they put these big yellow cones on the bins, which indicates that you're not allowed to touch anything inside these bins until they pull the cone off. Unfortunately, you do get people that will start grabbing things before the cones are pulled off. I officially know what the term bin bros means. And those jeans were something I grabbed from a new bin. It was actually the only new bin that came out that I was able to shop from because people are just on top of the new bins. It's crazy. Next up is this Old Navy, I think. Yes, Old Navy medium-sized trucker jacket or jean jacket. I don't know if this is considered a trucker jacket or not. I'm still learning when it comes to like style names and stuff like that. Okay, so when I was going ahead and listing this item, I wanted to make sure that I was using the correct style names in my title and in my description. So I did look up what a trucker jacket is. When I asked Google to define trucker jacket, it just came up with a definition of denim jacket. So I guess a trucker jacket and a denim jacket are the same thing. But I just thought this distressed denim jacket was super cute. It's in a good size and I think it'll sell pretty quickly. I know some resellers like exclusively sell Old Navy stuff. So even though this isn't a brand that I would normally pick up because it was only like $1 or something, I thought it would be great, especially going into springtime. I feel like a lot of people like to wear jean jackets. I do also want to mention that when I walked into this Goodwill bin store, I went in with the intention of shopping a little bit more for style than for brand, especially because you're spending a lot less per item. And it's also just something that I wanted to try. It's something that I've heard like other resellers do. Like it doesn't matter what the brand is, they just buy for style. Next up, I found this Sundance shirt. I feel like this is like a basic, kind of like a going out shirt. I don't think black lace ever goes out of style. The brand Sundance stood out to me. This is a size small. I do have one other item in my store that is Sundance and I haven't sold it yet. So I'm not really sure about this brand, but I actually thought that this was really cute. If it fit me, I probably would have kept it for myself. But I felt like the lace detail on it was really pretty. I like the flowers. I'll probably use the word going out in my description for this shirt when I list it. Next up, I found this really cute cropped Sam Edelman sweater. I do have some Sam Edelman shoes in my store that I've been trying to sell. I've sold some and I'm trying to sell more. I probably won't list this until later. I don't know, I feel like I do have access to international sales and it's probably colder in some areas of the world right now. It has these like really wide sleeves. Again, I'm still trying to figure out like what's in style and what's not, but this stood out to me for some reason. I thought it was cute and I'm familiar with the brand Sam Edelman, so I'm probably saying that wrong. But it's okay, I was really excited when I found this too. So next I found this Western Aztec print shawl. I know that Western stuff is like really in style right now, especially like Aztec printed stuff. The brand on this is called Woven Heart and it's a size medium/large. And I did see another one, it goes on like this, you know? It's super warm. It's like a fleecy wool-ish material. Again, I need to do research on like what certain things are made of. If you've listed anything on eBay, you know that there's a ton of different ways that you can describe your item, one of them being like the fabric that the item's made out of. And if your item does not have the tag that says what fabric something is made out of, why not try to find out if someone else has listed the same item and see what they put for theirs. That's exactly what I did for this listing. I couldn't find anything about the brand or anything like that, but I did find somebody selling the exact same shawl and they put cotton on their listing, so I put cotton on my listing. If you end up putting something like cotton and it's actually made out of polyester, it's really not that big of a deal. I have never once received a return for having the wrong fabric type on the description. People really only care about that if you're selling something that's like 100% merino wool or 100% silk or 100% cotton. People that are looking for natural fibers specifically for sustainability or even allergies. I would avoid putting 100% cotton unless the tag explicitly says 100% cotton and you take a picture of the tag and have that in your images. But you can kind of tell what it's made out of. It's like I want to say that it's wool because it's like super toasty warm. It feels pretty cozy on this gloomy day. But I think just because it's Western and because it's like got the Aztec print on it, it's gonna sell pretty quickly, even though it's springtime right now. I thought it was a blanket when I first picked it up. There are a few pieces in here that I got for myself or my kid. I found this really cute unicorn shirt. That's for my daughter. My mom actually found this one. She was shopping with me. And we find it kind of funny because my husband's actually a chemist, so having the little elements on there. It's a little combination of my daughter and my husband. So this one I picked up specifically because it's spring. The brand is A New Day, which I do believe is a Target brand. I actually think I know for sure it's a Target brand. It's inside out, hold on. This is a spring dress, it's a spring color. It blows my mind that this is a size small. But anyways, yeah, this is like a spring dress, very short dress. I'm not sure how this is a size small. It looks like it would fit me, and I'm a size large. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. But I know the color is gonna catch attention right now because it's springtime. Again, not something I would normally pick up because it's a Target brand, but since it was only $1 or $2, Definitely worth it. This is another one I picked up for style. This is an Old Navy dress, but I know that this like boho-y, like Western-ish style is really in right now. This could be worn with like cowboy boots and be super cute, I feel like. I've just like seen a lot of women like on Pinterest wearing this exact dress, like with cowboy boots or something. Maybe a leather jacket or a denim jacket on top. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that does. We found this pair of First tactical pants. These were in such good condition. They're actually full of hair from those. Look at this. It's like full of hair from that shawl. I'm gonna have to lint roll the absolute shit out of these. They're a size 38, 34. Really, really nice, like tactical work pants. Okay, so I actually found out that this First Tactical brand makes pants for people that are first responders or police officers. They're really uniform pants for those type of jobs. They're very durable, they're stain resistant, and if I remember correctly, the sell-through rate on these were actually pretty good, because I can tell you that from personal experience, I used to work at a jail and I wore similar pants to this, and they only gave you 2 pairs for free. If you wanted more uniform pants, you had to buy them yourself, and there's no chance that I would buy these for full price. So looking on eBay is a really good idea, and I think other buyers are probably also looking for them on eBay. This band on the inside that's super grippy, so I'm assuming they don't like slip down while you're working. Looking forward to listing that. Not looking forward to lint rolling it. In the brand new bin, I found this Youth Air Jordan. Found this Youth Air Jordan sweater. I've actually never sold children's clothing, but this was in really good condition. It's a ThermaFit, so I feel like this one would be a pretty easy sell. I was really excited when I saw this color poking out. This is a maxi dress. The brand is A New Day from Target again. It's a double XL and it's like a pastel-y orange. I feel like there's no way someone isn't just gonna snatch this up right away for spring. It's so cute. It's a maxi dress. Like, I don't know. I feel like you can style up a maxi dress. You can go casual. Goes with everything, super comfortable, always in style. Another personal find, I found a cute pair of jeans for my daughter. These are flared, it's Wonder Nation brand, which I think they sell at Walmart. The reason that I'm still keeping my personal buys in here is just so that you can kind of see like what you can get at the Goodwill bins. They have like children's clothes too. This was a really nice J. Crew women's flannel. I feel like you just can't go wrong with flannels, and especially when it's a nice brand like J. Crew. This is a size small. It's a little wrinkly, but no worries. I do have a steam cleaner and it works super, super well. I use it for like the upholstery on my couch, in my car, on like my dining room seats and stuff like that. But it also works really well for getting wrinkles out of clothing. So when I go to hang it up to list it, I just take my steamer and like run it over and it just kind of flattens everything out. I just want to pause here to show you a screenshot of the steam cleaner that we purchased. And I also just want to note that this was a personal purchase, not a business purchase. You don't need a steam cleaner to list clothes on eBay. You could also use an iron or maybe hang up your clothes after you're washing them. But I also think it is important to note that when you ship these items, they're gonna wrinkle in the package that they're in anyways. So taking photos of the items without wrinkles is definitely important if you want people to actually look at your listing. But you don't have to make it absolutely perfect because, again, it's going to wrinkle during transit. So no worries about the wrinkles, you guys. I think at some point I'm gonna buy like a clothing rack so that when I'm done cleaning clothes that I get from the bins, I can just hang everything up. That way there's less chance of it becoming wrinkly. Another thing I bought as a style choice, actually not really a style choice, just a color choice for springtime, was this Maggie Barnes shirt. This is a 2X. I remember looking it up while we were in the bin store and I was actually pretty impressed with the Maggie Barnes stuff that sells. There's similar stuff that we're selling pretty regularly in this brand. And I just thought the color was super springy. Why not? Let's give it a go. For $1, let's give it a go. I found these Banana Republic Hayden style dress pants, or you know what? I don't even know if these are dress pants. What makes me think that they're dress pants is like the way the pockets are cut, even if they're not real pockets, but and the way the front is cut, but these look like the type of pants that I would wear if I was working in an office. Like just, elastic slide on. They're a size 6, which I feel like is a really good size to sell. That's kind of like a medium average. Have a navy stripe on the side to add a little bit of interest. Another thing I will definitely have to de-wrinkle with my steamer. I feel like Banana Republic is a good brand to try to resell, so we're gonna give those a go. I found this Zara Man button-up shirt. Another thing I'll need to de-wrinkle. It's got stripes, kind of Eastery colors, so I'm gonna be posting this video I think after Easter or just before Easter, so hopefully I can get this up really quickly and someone will buy it for Easter. And don't worry, I'm filming this right now a few weeks before Easter, so I do have a chance. I found these Kate Quinn brand joggers. These are actually for myself. They're super, super soft. I already have a similar pair. I just really like loose, comfy pants like this, just to walk around the house in. I'm actually wearing joggers right now. I love joggers. I found this Members Mark crew neck sweater. This is for my husband. It is like a waffle knit thermal sweater. My husband was just looking for sweaters all winter, so this is for him for next year. I love this shirt. I still haven't decided whether I'm gonna keep it for myself or not. It looks like acid wash. It says caution to the wind. It's definitely a little, like it's like short, like cropped, you know? I'm not actually sure if maybe it was a whole shirt and somebody cut it, but either way, I guess caution to the wind is a brand because it says it on the tag. So I have no idea whether I will list this or not, but if I check comps for it and it looks good, I definitely will. If not, I might keep it as like a workout shirt. Another awesome thing I found was this Old Navy Active. I love Old Navy Active. That is literally what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing Old Navy Active joggers and an Old Navy Active tank top. And I love anything that's like crisscross. These are not only one of my favorite colors, also came in my size. The crisscross is like the best thing ever for my body type. And I'm like obsessed with biker shorts and I will literally wear these all summer. So I was super happy to find these. I found this Nautica brand mock neck sweater. Got some buttons. I think it's called a Henley when you have buttons. I don't like, someone's gonna watch this and then like be in the comments and be like, Taylor, this is called that, and that's called this, and like, please do, because I am trying really hard to educate myself, and trust me, I've been doing this for 5 months and I know so much more than I did when I started, but I still have so much to learn. So if you know something that I don't, like, please tell me in the comments, seriously. This is a size medium. I love Nautica. I actually own like a couple of Nautica things myself that I found at like TJ Maxx or Goodwill, actually. And it's just like really good quality and they last a really long time. And they don't like shrink or anything, I feel like. So I think if I list this at a really good price, it'll go pretty quickly, even though that it's springtime. I just have a few more items here from my laundry basket. I found this really cute pair of J. Crew shorts. I think this might be twill, but I can't really tell. Maybe I can zoom in. I don't know if you can see. It's got like an interesting like embellished pattern. Okay, so these are not twill. When I was listing these upon further research, this fabric type is actually called jacquard. It's called that because it's made using a specialized loom, and it was named after Joseph Marie Jacquard, who's the person who invented it. I actually had to look up how to say this word because I thought it was yackard. Oh, and these work pockets are actually called slit pockets. These are things that you'll learn if you start listing clothing and you don't know anything about clothing. Trust me, I have a lot to learn still, but these are all things that I had to Google and look up at one point or another that are now stuck in my head forever. Moving on. And I'm not really sure, to be honest, where you'd wear these. They're a size 2. Obviously, they're a little too short to wear to the workplace, but maybe if you were like a waitress or something, or a server, I should say, if I'm being PC. But hey, oh no, it's not J. Crew, it's Banana Republic. What am I talking about? These are Banana Republic brand. I feel like J. Crew and Banana Republic are kind of like, they kind of go hand in hand. They're both like really decent quality brands. Definitely more on the professional side because I have those like work pockets in the back, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. At the bins, they did have an accessory bin, so I went into the accessories to try to see what I could find, and I found not 1, but 2 Lacoste baby beanies. I just thought they're so cute, and I was just gonna sell them as a bundle. Like, I have no idea how much they'll go for. I feel like one is like smaller than the other almost. Oh, they do have sizes. No, it says one size. They are made out of extra fine merino wool, which I know is really popular right now. So maybe somebody that lives somewhere cold will like these. But yeah, I'm just gonna sell them as like a bundle. Can't wait to see if they sell. I saved the most exciting item for last. And like, Don't get your hopes up, it's really not that exciting. The only thing that makes this item exciting is that the bin bro that was hunting around looking at the brand new bins and taking stuff out of the new bins before the cones were taken off, he was looking for vintage t-shirts specifically. You could tell he was looking for vintage t-shirts. But because he was breaking the rules, I did not care that he was looking for vintage t-shirts. I could just tell that this shirt was like different, and I snatched it up, and it might not even be vintage. It might be worth nothing. They might sell this in Walmart or Target or something like that, and it might be worth nothing, and it might be comical. I have no idea. I still haven't looked up comps on this yet. But when I picked up this shirt, the guy shot me a look from across the room and just kept staring at it. I could see him watching me put it in my bin, and I shoved it at the bottom of my bin because it's apparently very common for people to steal stuff out of your bin, like when you're shopping, which is really unfortunate. But because he was breaking the rules, I didn't just go, oh, you're looking for vintage t-shirts? Here you go. Kept it for myself. It does not have a tag, but it is a Whitney Houston shirt. You can tell that it's probably a men's large, and this just looks like it was made a while back. It's not single stitch or anything, but I am gonna take a picture, do some comps, see how much it's worth. So when I went to go list this item, I looked up to see if any had sold on eBay. When you find something like a vintage t-shirt, actually, you can use this to look for literally anything. I would highly recommend using the Google app and using Google Lens to take a photo of the item and see what you can find. Once you take a photo of the item, it will populate all of the similar images that it can find, and oftentimes you'll end up seeing eBay listings, Mercari listings, Poshmark listings, and sometimes if the item is new enough, it'll even take you to the website where that item came from. On this one, I was actually able to find a specific eBay listing for it, and the shirt just recently sold for $20. I'm actually extremely happy with that. Definitely wasn't a holy grail item, but $20 is $20. But I feel like this will probably sell pretty quickly. And for sure, subscribe to my channel if you want to see if I sell this or not, because if I do, it's going to be either on my monthly what sold video, or it's going to be on one of my shorts where I show what sold every week. Who doesn't like Whitney Houston? That is all I have for my Goodwill Bins haul. My laundry basket is officially empty. I really need to get to listing these items. By the time you're watching this video, I will have already expanded my inventory. I plan to do that later this week. Also, hopefully by the time you're watching this video, this death pile will be listed. I do also want to mention, if y'all have been watching me from the start, you know that I'm very transparent about income and how much I earn from selling things on eBay. But I also have to mention, it cost me $25 to travel to the Goodwill Bins. And even though I factor travel in on a different part of my spreadsheet, you do have to still think about that kind of stuff when you're going out sourcing. I don't think that traveling to the Goodwill Bins for me would not be worth it. Like, I definitely want to do it again. It's just not somewhere that I'll go all the time, especially if there's a chance that I find nothing or it's a bad day. It cost me $25 to source nothing, you know what I mean? So if you're just getting started reselling and you want a realistic outlook on how much money you could possibly make, I do have a video where I talked about exactly how much I made, how much I spent, and stuff like that within my first 90 days. Put the card over here if you want to watch that video. And if you made it this far into the video, comment bin bros down below so I know that you're a real one. I'm waiting. Did you comment bin bros yet? Okay, so if you're a reseller, especially if you're a new one, I would highly recommend sourcing your inventory at the Goodwill Bins. And here's why. First of all, I can't stress this enough. It's so cheap. I got 25 items for $36. Again, that's $1.44 per item. I usually can't walk out of a normal Goodwill store without spending at least $5 per item. For resellers, that low cost means a much higher return on your investment. Like, even if I sell just a few of these items for $20 a piece, I'm already in the profit zone. It's also a great place to practice your eye for quality. If you're still learning brand names, fabric feel, stitching, or even what kind of styles sell well, there's so much volume here. You're getting tons of hands-on experience in one go. They're also consistently bringing out new merchandise while you're there. So it's not like the regular Goodwill store where they bring out one rack halfway through the day. They are literally like every 10 minutes bringing out a new bin of merchandise, and you can flip through it so fast. Plus, it's a time saver. You're able to source these items really quickly. You can hit the bins, pick out your inventory, and get back to listing in no time. It's not about spending all day searching for one big score. store, but getting a lot of good finds and adding value to your store. Not to mention, it's ideal if you're just starting out and trying to build up your inventory. Like when you're new, you don't have a lot of stuff to list, right? And eBay loves stores that list items consistently and have overall more inventory to sell. So this is a really affordable way to start scaling up your business and to keep yourself active on the platform. Make that eBay algorithm happy. And it's just kind of fun. It's like actual treasure hunting. Every bin is a mystery, and even if you don't always strike gold, you will still come away with good stuff to flip. However, and this is important, don't get discouraged if you don't find a holy grail item. I have been doing this for 5 months now, and I have yet to find anything wild or viral or crazy valuable. And that's okay. You know why? Because it's not those once in a lifetime finds that make reselling profitable. It's the $15, $20, $30 items that add up. Those bread and butter flips are where the real money is. So don't get sucked into those YouTube videos where someone is holding up a wad of cash and telling you how much they made flipping stuff on eBay. They act like every haul is insane, and it's not like that. In reality, success in reselling comes from learning as you go and staying consistent and focusing on progress, not perfection. So yeah, if you have a Goodwill outlet near you, I'd say give it a try. Even if you just go once for the experience, you'll probably learn something, and if I know you and you're a reseller, you're gonna come home with a fat bag of inventory too. All right, that's it for today's video. I hope that gave you a better idea of what it's like to shop at the Goodwill Bins and why it might be totally worth checking out, especially if you're just getting started with reselling. If you're wondering what happens after sourcing, like what items actually sell and how much money you could realistically make, I've got a video where I break down exactly what I sold in March and how much I made. And not just the gross profit. I actually break it down and tell you how much I actually made. And I'll link that right here on the screen. And hey, if you're on your own reselling journey or you're thinking about starting reselling, I would love for you to stick around. I post new videos every other Thursday where I share what I'm learning as I grow my store and figure this thing out in real time. So hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so that you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. No, it is not my birthday, but I did finally hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. As some of you already know, that was the first milestone I was trying to hit as a new creator, and I continue to be absolutely blown away every time I gain just one new subscriber. So I just wanted to take a second and celebrate my subscribers. This cupcake is for you, but not really, because I'm gonna eat it. So I just quickly wanted to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I know that some of you are close personal friends of mine, some of you are family members, some of you are friends of family members, and some of you are actually people who found me on YouTube and subscribed after watching one of my videos, which I just think is so freaking cool. I cannot wait to continue to grow this community and continue to make videos for you all. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who loves frosting and whipped cream more than anything in the world? This one. Don't eat the candle, just lick the frosting. Yay, YouTube!